how confident am I that this case would be overturned on appeal? I am really. Now, lawyers in general are very cautious people, right?
Do you have other cases that you're working on?
I do. And so, for example,
How do you do that?
well, it's very hard.
Wow.
There's nights, there's weekends. We have 3 lawyers in the office I work in. There's Jay Apt, who runs the office. There's myself, and there's Katie Hingerty. So, for example, in trial tomorrow, you're going to see Katie Hingerty in trial. I'm not going to be there in YSL. And that's because I'm meeting with some other clients on their cases. Okay. So between the 3 of us, we try to manage all the cases we have in the office. We probably have a couple of 100 cases that we're working on. I know I've got 60 trials that are ready to go as soon as YSL is over. So we do our best to manage all our clients' cases. So when there are things like bond hearings, obviously we don't postpone or miss those. We do everything we can to get our clients out of jail, but they may have to wait a little bit before they get to trial.
Wow. Okay.
It's challenging.
Yeah.
And I'm not the only one, by the way. This applies to all of us.
It sounds like
defense attorneys. We all have multiple clients.
Wow. So now, how certain are you that this case could be turned over on appeal if the state gets a conviction? And if so, will the defendants be free? Also, did Steele do the full 20 days in Rice Street?
Right. So how confident am I that this case would be overturned on appeal? I am really. Now, lawyers in general are very cautious people, right? For sure. We're really hesitant to say anything. We'll never say anything 100%, but I will say that I am very, very confident that this case would be overturned on appeal, which is pretty much as confident as I ever get. Okay. Will the defendants be free? No, they won't be free. They won't be free. If my client is convicted, he is going to be sitting in prison waiting on this appeal to be done. And the appeal is going to take years. And why is it going to take years? Because we need a transcript before we can go up on appeal. And it's going to take some time just to get a transcript to this case. And this transcript is going to be a fortune, by the way. Hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars to buy this transcript. I would expect. So will the defendants be free? No. So we need to win now. We're not playing for appeal. We're playing to win right now. I do not want Diamante Kendrick sitting in jail or in prison 1 day longer than he has to. Did Steele do the full 20 days in Rice Street? Actually, I think Brian asked to be put in Cobb County so that he could work with Jeffrey Williams while he was serving his weekends. He hasn't served any. The Supreme Court put that on hold pending appeal. So he has not served any time.
Wow. Okay. And let me, there we go. How's Yak's spirit? How are there spirits in there? You don't see a lot of cheesing and smiling, but you also don't see a lot of shoulders slumped and looking down at the floor. So
I think some days you will see a little bit of smiling, a little laughing, a little joking, because honestly, I've seen some folks give our clients heat when that happens. And don't give my guys heat when that happens, because think of what they're going through. And if they have the opportunity to laugh or smile or in any way relieve the tension, especially during a break in the proceedings, I am all for it. His spirits in general, his spirits are far better than mine would be given the circumstance. Right. And I am amazed by it. Are there days that are harder than others? Sure. But he, considering everything that he's going through, he is in great spirits. And I have nothing but admiration for his ability to weather this.
I like it. And this is a secondary question to this one that came up earlier. Do you know if the state ever did their Brady Saturday school?
I don't know. It's none of my business. I haven't asked. That's between the state and the judge. Right. Just like I don't think it was any of the state's business when Judge Glanville was trying to decide what type of punishment to put on Brian Steele. So if stuff in my business, I don't get involved in it.
I like it. I like the way you handle that. Why does Judge Whitaker enable love's unpreparedness?
Well, I'm going to disagree with the premise of that question because I don't think she does enable it. I know she's been coming down pretty hard. Listen, I don't know how many trials you've watched. I have never seen a judge dress down an attorney, be it civil or criminal, and anything like what has happened repeatedly that Judge Whitaker has said to Miss Love. And if I were her, I would just want to crawl under the table. The only thing I saw in my career, even close to that, is I watched a federal judge in the Eastern District of Virginia really dress down a young associate for making some misrepresentations to the court. And she was in tears in court. It's something as an attorney that is absolutely humiliating. And while people haven't seen, well, why doesn't she sanction her? Why doesn't she fine her, do something like that? I don't know how to explain it other than that type of addressing down to most attorneys is more painful than any kind of a fine is. It's just humiliating.
Okay. I understand your point.
Yeah.
But Amethyst Angel, thank you for the $2 super. I just want to push back a little bit.
Sure.
If we could. There have been multiple, and maybe we need to do like a watch party. When you get done one day, we'll just come over here and we'll watch like an hour of it together. But there have been instances where it's clear, and it's a joke on the channel. It's a joke out here in cyberspace that Adrienne Love is not going to have her homework done. It doesn't even matter what it is. She's going to come in with some half-baked excuse, or I emailed it at 6 o'clock last night, or those kind of things like that.
Yeah.
And to us, the great unwashed, the watching, we feel like those are come off the top rope type of scenarios. And Judge Whitaker will just just get it to us by lunch. How is she going to do it at lunch while she's examining somebody? Yeah. Those are the scenarios.
She has given her a break at times on some of that stuff after kind of chewing her out a little bit in the morning. But you'll notice, I'll give you an example of where she didn't do that. You know, I seem to be in charge of complaining about late discovery for whatever reason. You know, we all have organically grown certain roles in the courtroom. I constantly bitch about late discovery. And so they dumped a bunch of photographs of crime scene photos on us, I don't know, a week and a half ago. And I got in there and I complained about that. And Judge Whitaker kept them out. Said they're not coming in. So there are times it happens. You know, we'd all like to see the judge perhaps come down a little harder. But I guess, you know what some of it is? It's just so night and day from what Judge Glanville would do that even if it's not as much as we'd like to see, it feels somewhat refreshing.
Wow. Okay. You're in there. I've been in court a couple of times. I can't imagine what it's like to have been in there almost 140 something days. So you're in there a lot more. You've interacted with lots more of these key players. So I will give you that. But I guess from our watching perspective, it does seem like she's giving a lot of, you didn't turn in your homework. Yeah. Bring it, sit at the silent lunch table and finish your homework.
I get it.
Take it home and finish it. Bring it tomorrow. Make sure, it just seems like there's a lot of passing. But I agree.
Let me just say about that. I did everything I could the night before when all those emails were dropping, as well as that morning, to lay the groundwork as much as I could for the judge to come down on the state. And she did come down on the state, not as hard as maybe we all would like.
Right, absolutely.
But I do the things that I can do there. So.
You're doing a great job.
Hit that like for deal with Christian. Yo, for deal with Christian. Smash that bell for DWC. Yo, smash it. Just smash it. Hit that like for deal with Christian. For deal with Christian. Smash that bell for DWC. Yo, smash it. Just smash it. Hit that like for deal with Christian.